I knew everyone's name by now, and we were cordial at work, but I would never hang out with them off the clock. Everyone had a type A personality, meaning that none of the nurses here were followers, and we were all chosen for that specific reason. We were all our own alphas, or at least we thought we were. The sterile smells that I used to hate ended up growing on me after some time. Some nurses, male and female alike, I worked great with, while others I dreaded working alongside. I'm pretty sure it was like that wherever you worked. The old charge nurse Rita was a bitch. Her old wrinkly ass was mean to everyone, but despised some, more than others. She was cranky, but she'd been a nurse for over 30 years, so the old bat knew her shit. I noticed that she really loathed this one girl named Jessica. Rita would always load her with full workup patients that took hours to handle, and would seldom give her easy cases like the general sprained ankle. I would have hated life if I were her. Jessica is what I refer to as a seasoned nurse, with about 7 years of experience under her belt. One night when I had 2 seconds to urinate, I saw another nurse standing in the corner and started casual chit-chat. I'd worked with her before and knew her name, but we never had an actual non-patient conversation. "Hey, Ashley, are you under Rita tonight?"
"Yeah, of course. What does that grumpy wench want now?"
"Nothing," I laughed. "I was just wondering if you knew why she didn't like Jessica. She seems like a decent nurse."
"Because Jessica is a hoe."
She said it simply and nonchalantly. "Okay, well thanks," I said, and walked into the bathroom to do my business. When I came out, Ashley was still standing in the corner. I looked at her briefly and started down the hallway.
"Hey, wait,"
Ashley said, catching up with me. We walked together for several minutes, and when we got onto the elevator, she gave me all the tea.
"Rita hates Jessica because last year she started sleeping with Dr. Butler."
"Dr. Butler?"
"Yes, he's in labor and delivery. Well, anyways, Doctor, Butler is married and Jessica knows but still sleeps with him."
"I do know Dr. Butler, very well in fact. He delivered my son. Are you sure she knows?"
"She knows. He wears his ring every day, and his wife has even come up to the hospital before."
"She met his wife and still screws around with him, ballsy."
"I don't know if she's met her, but she's seen her for sure and knows who she is."
"Well, I can see why Rita isn't too fond of her then."
"Oh, that's not why Rita hates her. Rita don't care that she's diddling Dr. Butler. She just gets really pissed off when Jessica uses Dr. Butler to get away with shit."
Everything was starting to make perfect sense. I was supposed to work with Jessica a couple weeks ago and she never showed up. It explains why we were short-handed that night and she didn't even get reprimanded. I exited the elevator and headed towards the cafe to get something to eat. The lines were long and I missed Major, so I sat at a vacant table and logged onto the daycare's website. The daycare he attended was $250 a week, but I had the opportunity to log in anytime I wanted and access the live feed cameras to watch him. Major was sitting on the carpet with some other kids, gnawing on a plastic giraffe. I smiled from ear to ear when I laid eyes on my sweet boy.
"What does it say?"
Keaton asked, after he set his tray on the table and sat down in front of me. Keaton was also an ER nurse and one of the first people I met when I started. He was nice and quiet for the most part. I actually thought he was gay for a while because he never talked about a girlfriend or recent conquests, as the other male nurses tended to do. "Excuse me?"
"The text. What does it say to have you smiling like that?"
"Oh, it's not a text. I'm watching my son at daycare."
"Oh, okay, that explains the grin. The daycare has cameras?"
"Yes. That's why I pay, well, let's just say I could be leasing a Rolls Royce for what I pay a month in daycare fees."
"Ouch, that's tough. Anything new going on?"
"Nothing interesting."
"So you're a single mom?"
"Are you asking me or telling me?"
"Neither. Well, I know now that you have a kid but you don't wear a ring, so assuming I guess."
"Yes, I'm a mom."
"And a husband?"
"I had a husband."
"Divorced?"
"Widowed," I said, staring at him intensely.
"Oh, I'm sorry for your loss."
He said in his down-home country boy way. Keaton gave off good vibes, but I wasn't interested in dating anyone I worked with. I noticed that his keyring had a Texas emblem, so I figured that's where he was originally from. So what brought you to Florida? I asked to change the subject and break the awkward silence.
What makes you think I'm not from here?
This, I said, picking up his keys and dangling them in the air to show him his keychain.
I grew up in Dallas, but I came here for school and just never left.
I see. We casually conversed while he ate, and he got up when he was done. It was nice to have a regular conversation with another adult. When I looked up, I saw Dr. Zavala walk in. He was my favorite doctor here, so far. He had great bedside manner, and he was gifted with a cool head and clear sight in the midst of pure chaos. He was young, probably early 30s, and he was a newlywed. He spoke dotingly of his wife often, and I thought it was sweet. I didn't realize I was still staring until he looked up and he waved at me. I waved back and got up from the table to go back to the ER.